In the cold gray light before sunrise, the plains of Montana stretch out like an endless ocean of sage, pine, and rolling hills, quiet and peaceful at first glance, but carrying the hidden tension of a land where wildlife and human livelihood constantly overlap, and where every winter brings a delicate balancing act between survival, conservation, and responsibility. A distant echo cracks through the still air, signaling the beginning of another long day in ranch country, not as an act of thrill or sport, but as part of a structured season that many local families view as necessary to protect their homes and herds. Across western Montana, generations of farmers wake before dawn to check fences, mend gates, and tend to livestock that represent their entire year's income, yet in recent years many of them have faced a growing challenge as expanding predator populations move closer to agricultural land, testing that fragile line between wild spaces and working farms. In the mist-covered valleys and timbered ridges, wolves roam naturally as they have for centuries, intelligent and resilient animals that play an important ecological role, but when packs begin targeting sheep or calves, the impact can be immediate and costly, leaving ranchers with difficult decisions about how to protect what they've built. Stories circulate through small towns about late-night disturbances, barking dogs, and broken fences, about mornings when ranchers discover losses that took months of work to raise, and while no one celebrates these confrontations, the reality is that for many families each animal represents food on the table, tuition payments, or the ability to keep the ranch running another year. According to agricultural reports, livestock depredation costs producers millions of dollars nationwide every year, and those numbers are not abstract statistics to the people living here. They are personal, tangible setbacks that ripple through entire communities. Modern wildlife management in Montana is not a free-for-all but a highly structured system, requiring training, permits, and clear rules, where only certain seasons, locations, and quotas are allowed, and where every action is tracked carefully to prevent overharvest and ensure long-term balance. One of the most visible tools used by ranchers is the presence of guardian and working dogs, powerful, well-trained animals that patrol pastures, alert handlers to danger, and often deter predators before a problem even begins. Their collars equipped with GPS units so owners can monitor them across miles of rugged terrain. These dogs are not used recklessly. They are conditioned for discipline, teamwork, and responsiveness, acting as an early warning system that can prevent escalation and reduce the need for direct intervention. Over time, many farms have reported fewer incidents simply because predators learn to avoid guarded areas, a reminder that prevention is often more effective than reaction. When further measures are required, trained hunters operating under state guidelines may assist wildlife officers, but only after completing safety courses, background checks, and marksmanship training intended to protect both people and animals. Equipment is selected for precision and reliability, with an emphasis on quick, humane outcomes and minimal disturbance, and the process involves patience, knowledge of terrain, and careful identification to avoid mistakes. Hunts typically occur during designated seasons when animals are more active and when management goals indicate that removal of certain individuals can help stabilize conflicts, and every step is documented, because the purpose is control, not elimination. Winter conditions add another layer of difficulty, with snow, wind, and sub-zero temperatures turning the landscape into a demanding environment where travel requires specialized vehicles and constant awareness. Wolves themselves are remarkable creatures, capable of covering long distances in a single night, communicating across valleys, and detecting scent far beyond human perception, which is why encounters are rare and success is never guaranteed. For many residents, the debate surrounding these practices is complex and emotional. Conservation groups argue passionately for coexistence strategies and non-lethal methods, emphasizing the importance of predators in maintaining ecosystem health, while farmers stress that without effective protection their operations may not survive. Both sides ultimately want sustainable solutions, and state agencies attempt to bridge that divide with data-driven policies, balancing harvest limits with population surveys so that wildlife remains abundant while rural economies remain viable. The goal is not to choose one over the other, but to find a middle ground where both can endure. And just when communities begin to adapt to one challenge, another sometimes emerges from the forests. In late summer and fall, black bears may wander toward cornfields or apiaries, drawn by the scent of ripe crops or honey, and what begins as a few scattered visits can quickly turn into significant losses for growers. Heavy footprints appear between rows, stalks are flattened, beehives overturned, and farmers who invested months of work watch as entire sections of their harvest disappear overnight. Wildlife officials estimate bear populations carefully and establish controlled seasons with strict quotas, requiring licenses, safety training, and location restrictions so that management remains measured and responsible. Hunters who participate must understand terrain, wind, and animal behavior, and are reminded repeatedly that safety for nearby communities is the top priority. Dogs may assist with tracking to keep encounters predictable and reduce risk, allowing handlers to maintain distance and avoid unnecessary stress for both people and animals. Even then, opinions remain divided. Through ongoing compromise, Montana has pursued both approaches simultaneously, investing in conservation education, better livestock protection techniques, and controlled management where needed. Over time, reports show that incidents can decline while populations remain stable, suggesting that careful balance, not extremes, offers the most sustainable path forward. At the heart of it all are the families who live this reality every day, people who rise before dawn to check their animals, repair equipment, and watch the horizon with equal parts appreciation and caution, people who respect the wild beauty around them yet understand that coexistence sometimes requires tough, thoughtful decisions. Their story isn't about excitement or spectacle, it's about stewardship, responsibility, and the effort to protect both nature and livelihood at the same time. As the sun sets behind the mountains and the last light fades over the fields, the land returns to quiet, a reminder that this relationship between humans and wildlife has always been dynamic, always evolving, and that the future depends on continued cooperation, science, and respect from everyone involved. Whether you view these measures as necessary management or believe new solutions should be explored, the conversation matters, because finding harmony between people and the natural world is one of the most important challenges facing rural America today, and every voice helps shape what that balance will look like tomorrow.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.